Hi, welcome back to Technique of the Week. I'm Shihan Noel. Today we're going to be working on a wrist lock. The one that we'll be featuring today is called Nikyo. It's a second level wrist lock. And basically there's a lot of applications to this. Someone grabs my arm, I essentially am bringing my hand up, I'm grabbing their arm, I'm kind of pinching with my forefinger, middle finger, and my thumb, and I'm creating a bit of a lock on there. As I put pressure on the arm, I'm kind of turning the arm this way towards him, right, and towards his belly, if you will, or towards his center. I'm pushing in on the fingers here and then just creating pain. So let me turn this way. So as he grabs me, I'm essentially bringing my hand. This is, by the way, a cross grip. We also do this with a natural grip, which I'll show in a second. But when he does a cross grip, his right arm grabbing my right arm, for instance, I want to grab the closest part of his hand to my left hand. So I'm going to place my palm on his fingers here so that he can't let go. When I bring this around, he's pretty much trapped there. Now, if he really jumped up and down and yanked on it, he might be able to get it. But before that happens, I'm going to have the lock on him and have him down. So again, he grabs me, I put my hand against his fingers here, lock in place, and take him right down. When I'm grabbing here, I'm squeezing these two fingers and this thumb. I'm kind of pinching the lower part of his, actually what would be the top part of his arm, his forearm, on either side of the radius bone. Boom. But again, if I don't grab his fingers, he's just going to let go, right? And I've kind of lost. I still have a grip, but not the Nikyo lock. So I want to bring it into here and down. Now, a couple fine points about this. When you do a Nikyo, if his arm, let's go ahead and switch sides. If I have his arm long here, it's painful, but not nearly as painful as if he brings that arm in. My expectation is that if I put this on somebody, they're going to be trying to yank their arm away, so they're probably going to be pulling that in close to their body. When they do, I still have the same amount of leverage, but it's just more painful when I apply the technique. All right. When we do this technique, another thing to keep in mind is you don't have to grab this way. You can either make a fist or you can bring your hand out. The problem is, go ahead and do a Nikyo on me. When he brings a hand in, I basically can bring my hand here and I can put him on a lock and essentially counter his technique. So when he does this, he wants to make sure that he doesn't leave his hand open. He either makes a fist. I can still kind of play with that a little bit, but the more secure way of doing this is for him to grip me tight here and basically apply the technique. Now, if he doesn't have my fingers, I can pull my fingers away. So he's got to really put a lot of pressure on my fingers here in order to apply the technique. Again, this is called Nikyo or wrist lock. So he attacks me here. He's grabbed my arm. This is a cross grip. I bring this around and bring it down. If he's got a lot of strength there and I need to give him a pattern interrupt, I can do a kick. I can smack his head, right? Punch him, and then bring it in. When we do this technique, if he's way too strong, one of the things I can do in terms of leverage is bring my arm in close to my body. If he's pulled my arm out here and I try to grab him out here, I have very limited amount of leverage. In here, I've got a lot more leverage. So what we want to do is either step in, or in this case, I weigh a bit more than that, so I can pull him off his balance point. So I can bring it in here and do the movement. But in either case, I need to be in close to my body if he's stronger and really resisting. Another thing that helps in the efficiency of this movement is for me to bring my elbow over the top of his elbow. I get more, better leverage on the technique. So that's the technique here. All right. If he grabs this arm, I'm not going to be going clockwise. I'm going to be going counterclockwise. So when he grabbed me here, I'm going right on right. I'm going counterclockwise. As he grabs me with the left arm, now I'm going counterclockwise. I'm not going to grab his arm because I don't have the efficiency of the movement. Now I'm going to make a fist. But again, I'm grabbing the closest part of his hand. So when he grabs me and I bring this up, the closest part of his hand towards my left hand is the back of his palm. So I'm going to put my palm on his to secure him, bring this over the top, and then take him down. If I grab the fingers when I bring this up, go ahead and lift off, he can basically squirrel out of it. It's a lot harder to maintain it. So in this case, I want to grab the back of the palm as I bring the fist up. So again, here I'm grabbing his fingers, whether it's the grip or the fist. Here I'm going to use the fist, but instead of on the fingers, I'm going to place my palm on the back of his hand and then take him down. Okay? So that is called Nikyo. Now, we don't have to do that from a grip. We could do that off a push. He comes in, and all I do is I grab and take him right down the same way. It's a little bit different in that I'm grabbing fewer fingers. Now, if his hand was small, I can grab all 4 fingers. But if you've got an assailant who's bigger than you or your hands are small, you can grab 2, you can grab 3, you could even grab 1 finger. We try not to do that in the dojo just because the danger or from a safety standpoint, it's very easy to break someone's finger. So when we do this in the dojo, we'll come across, we'll either grab 2 fingers or we'll grab 3 fingers and just press down. So the technique is the same. Instead of here, with my arm over the top, I'm basically bringing him here. And it could also be off a choke. It could be me taking him here, locking in place, and driving him down. All right. Anywhere I need to, in any case, I'm going to be opening him up and then bringing him down to here. All right. And that's called Nikyo. If he does push with both hands, all right, all I got to do is pop this arm out of the way. So he comes in, I pop him here and take him right down. And then bring him up. 1, 2. If as you're gripping him, that hand is too big, just skip a finger and go to the 3 fingers. Or go to the 2 fingers. Again, it's the same technique. Here, lock in place. It's especially useful when you're trying to, if the situation doesn't call for a really strong percussion technique, if you're trying to just create a little bit of behavior management, and you're not trying to knock the person out, this is a good technique to use. It's very painful, you've got a lot of leverage, it doesn't take a lot of strength to apply the technique, and it's very effective. Hope you enjoyed that technique of the week. I'm Shihan Noel. We look forward to seeing you in a future video. Take care.